Speech off.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm here to do a very short what I added to Goodreads in the second half of July. Nothing seems to be appealing to me at the moment, like to add to my TBR, which could be a good thing because, well, it's always growing. So, although I have to say I made a good dent in it this month. Anyway, I have like 5 or 6 picks, so let's just do this. So the first one is actually one I forgot to talk about in my first video for the first half. It's The Berlin Apartment by Bryn Turnbull. I heard about this one from Chloe from Always Booked. It's coming out August 27th. It was on her list of new releases. Like I said, I forgot to talk about it. Berlin, 1961. When Uli Neumans proposes to Lise Bauer, she has every reason to accept. He offers her love, respect, and a life beyond the strict bounds of the East German society in which she was raised, which she longs to leave more than anything. But only 2 short days after their engagement, Lise and Uli are torn violently apart when barbed wire is rolled across Berlin, splitting the city into 2 hostile halves. Capitalist West Berlin, an island of Western influence isolated far beyond the Iron Curtain, and the socialist East, a country determined to control its citizens by any means necessary. Soon, Uli and his friends in West Berlin hatch a plan to get Lise and her unborn child out of East Germany, but as distance and suspicion bleed into their lives, and as weeks turn into months, how long can true love survive in the divided city? So, this sounds really interesting. I mean, I've read a little bit about the division in some World War II books because it kind of goes into it. But, like, this is a book that's only about that. So it should be kind of fun. Different historical fiction than I'm used to. Then we have The Extraordinary Lives of Mrs. Kipp by Sarah Brunsold? I don't know. I've heard about this before. Chantel from Chantel Reads All Day has talked about it, and then Chloe recently just read it. So, Aidan Kelly is talented, ambitious, and ready for a more serious assignment than the fluff pieces she's been getting as a cub reporter for the Kansas City Star. In her eagerness, she pushes too hard, earning herself the menial task of writing an obituary for an unremarkable woman who's just entered hospice care. But there's more to Clara Kipp than meets the eye. The spirited septuagenarian may be dying, but she's not quite ready to cash it in yet. Never one to shy away from an assignment herself, she can see that God brought the young reporter into her life for a reason. And if it's a story Aidan Kelly wants, that's just what Mrs. Kipp will give her. But she's going to have to work for it. Sounds fun. Snarky old lady, I'm in. I just read The Brilliant Life of Eudora Honeysett. Seriously. This sounds kind of like that, except Eudora kind of wanted to die and then decided and was kind of... Anyway. Snarky old lady, you guys should read it. The Brilliant Life of Eudora Honeysett. Anyway, next we have Libby Lost and Found by Stephanie Booth. I heard about this one from the Currently Reading podcast. This one's coming out on October 15th, so got a ways to wait. Libby Lost and Found is a book for people who don't know who they are without the books they love. It's about the stories we tell ourselves in the chapters of our lives we regret. Most importantly, it's about the endings we write for ourselves. Meet Libby Weeks, author of the mega best-selling fantasy series The Falling Children, written as F.T. Gold Hero to maintain her privacy. When the last manuscript is already months overdue to her publisher and rabid fans around the world are growing impatient, Libby is diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's. Already suffering from crippling anxiety, Libby's symptoms quickly accelerate. After she forgets her dog at the park one day, then almost discloses her identity, To the journalist who finds her, Libby has to admit she needs help finishing the last book. Desperately, she turns to 11-year-old superfan Peanut Bixton, who knows the books even better than she does, but harbors her own dark secrets. Tensions mount as Libby's dementia deepens until both Peanut and Libby swirl into an inevitable but bone-shocking conclusion. So, sounds like she has dementia and she needs help finishing her book, and a very spunky kid helps her out. Sounds like fun. Next is what I'm really excited about. After Oz by Gordon McAlpine? I don't know. Recommend. I heard about this one from Tina from Book Talk, etc. This is coming out August 6th. Okay. Kansas, 1896. After a tornado destroys the Gale family farm, 11-year-old Dorothy goes missing. As the days pass by, the Gales are increasingly terrified the worst has happened. But when the girl turns up unharmed 4 days later, the townsfolk breathe a sigh of relief. That is, until Dorothy herself relates her account of the events that took place after her disappearance. In vivid detail, Dorothy describes a fantastical land and its magical inhabitants, from the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Cowardly Lion to the Wizard and the Witch. Her recollections are not only regarded as delusional, but also as pagan and diabolical in nature, especially when the body of a local spinster is found. Making connections between the evil witch Dorothy claims to have defeated and the ill-tempered old crone, authorities find what they believe to be incriminating evidence, sentencing Dorothy to the Topeka Insane Asylum. When 28-year-old psychologist Dr. Evelyn Grace Wilford arrives at the asylum to interview Dorothy, she begins to wonder if Dorothy truly committed the crime or if something unfathomable has really occurred. In a small town full of insidious secrets, will Evelyn be able to save Dorothy from her terrible circumstances, or is something menacing lurking just out of sight? Sounds like fun. I didn't even know this was a thing, but I already pre-ordered it. 2 more, I think. Yeah, 2 more. These ones I found on my own on the Libro FM books for sale for July. So we have From the Desk of Zoe Washington by Janae Marks. I'm pretty sure Krista from Books and Jams has talked about this. Anyway, Zoe Washington isn't sure what to write. What does a girl say to the father she's never met, hadn't heard from until his letter arrived on her 12th birthday, and who's been in prison for a terrible crime? A crime he says he never committed. Could Marcus really be innocent? Zoe is determined to uncover the truth, even if it means hiding his letters and her investigation from the rest of her family. Everyone else thinks Zoe's worrying about doing a good job at her bakery internship and proving to her parents that she's worthy of auditioning for Food Network's Kids Bake Challenge. But with bakery confections on one part of her mind and Marcus's conviction weighing heavily on the other, this is one recipe Zoe doesn't know how to balance. The only thing she knows to be true, everyone lies. So this sounds fascinating. I mean, it sounds like her dad is in jail for something he didn't do. But it also sounds like she has a stepdad, because they talk about her parents. So, yeah. My guess is that they probably wouldn't listen to her anyway, because, it's been like over a decade, and mom is probably like, I don't really care what happens to him at this point, because he did something bad. So, that's gotta put her in a pickle. Anyway, last one. The Playgroup by Jami Worthington. In California's Silicon Valley, even a children's playgroup can be a place for power brokers, innovation, and cutthroat competition. In Oak Valley, a wealthy suburb of Silicon Valley, Alex Drake runs the playgroup in town. Even in a place where it seems like everyone has a multi-million-dollar bank account or has a company that has about to go public, Alex appears to have it all. A delightful daughter, a handsome, adoring husband, model-like beauty, and the kind of obscene wealth that keeps her in the latest fashion. driving the newest car, electric, obviously, and hosting playgroups where the wine flows and so does the gossip. When Alex invites new to the neighborhood Cleo Bird to join her tight-knit playgroup, Cleo can't believe her luck and knows she has just the in she's been hoping for. But it isn't just luck. As the women grow closer and Alex shares more secrets, she doesn't realize Cleo is keeping secrets of her own. It's no coincidence that Cleo and her daughter moved to Oak Valley. Cleo came to town with a specific goal: to destroy Alex's invincible and seemingly perfect life. Now, why she wants to do that is the question. But I guess we'll find out at some point. Anyway, those are all the books that I added the second half of July. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.
Speed. Stop. Nearby badge. Stop recording video.